Welcome to the Chaps Vidcast. Today, a demonstration of guitar arcs. I don't use tiddly picks. Sorry. In the words of Larry Klentz, the former product manager at McPherson Guitars, said, "You have a superior product. You're going to run into the same problem we have. That is, the guitar world is built on accepting tradition and things how they've always looked. The kidney-shaped hole that they had up here was different than the round hole there, but they have superior products. So the arch shape for the implement you use to strike the strings is different. It's also a lot harder to drop, fumble, have slip. It gives you a lot more room for branding, and you can rip it, grip it. So arcs or arcs. In these parts I'm known as Last Minute Charlie, a name that describes my non-punctual state. My truck needs some grease and my cows need some feed, and my field needs a weed, and it's 1/4 late. Arrangements for a seating at every town meeting is to put my chair in the back. They'll all be a-talking when I'll come walking, being late. It's about my only knack. Last minute Charlie, last minute Charlie, when you gonna quit being late? We all wish down well for a glacier. Inhale when you quit making everyone wait. Mama grew worried whilst pregnant with me. Many a doctor she did consult. I was so long overdue. If I ever came through, they feared I'd be born an adult. And the nurses sang, "Last minute Charlie, last minute Charlie, when you gonna quit being late?" We all wish down well for a glacier. Inhale when you quit making everyone wait. Here's the bridge now. Have you ever walked in a room, had all heads turn and look and say, "So nice to see you. Why, glad you could join us." They turn back around, all smiling, feeling better about themselves. Glad I could help. If I'm 10 minutes late, I'm early. Wanna scowl at me? I'll tip my hat. Howdy, ma'am. You're gonna be late for your own funeral. I'm in no damn hurry to get to that. Last minute Charlie, last minute Charlie, when you gonna quit being late? We all wish down well for a glacier, and hail when you quit making everyone wait. Early bird gets the worm, everybody tell knows me, yeah, but the late bird gets night crawlers nice and fat. You're gonna be late for your own funeral. Well, I'm still in no damn hurry to get to that. So, what makes this song great? There's a couple of lines. We all wish down a well. So I noticed in a lot of the poems that consonant sounds, the use of alliteration is very poetic. So some of it, when it's not overt, so obvious, it's very, very effective. But sometimes you really do have to be on the lookout, on the listen out for it. So when you say, sometimes just rhyme the end of the word, I think it's a lazy way of rhyming. I call it rhymin'. When you say some words that don't really rhyme, but they kind of sound alike, or they use the same consonant sound. You can get away with it, and I've never been a fan of it. I'd rather just roll up my sleeves, work harder until we can find the word that really is the right word that fit. And it's a bonus if you get a double entendre, a secondary meaning, a consonant rhyme, an alliterative rhyme. And I like to rhyme an entire phrase rather than just the end of a word, like escape and the cape. That's kind of easy. And let's plan our escape off the dunes of the Cape. Something like that is just a bit on the Limburger side of cheese. And so we all wish down a well for a glacier in hell. So you're using the sh from wish and the sh from glacier to alliteration, rhyme, consonant rhyme, way back further up from the end of the song. And so then you get a syncopatic rhyming rhythm and phrase all from just the words. And then the bonus of that line is that people might say you have a snowball's chance in hell to get that accomplished. So a snowball taken to the extreme would be a glacier. Okay, so we all wish down a well. So you're wishing down a well. It's a throwback to an old expression that people might say of something that you have a very remote likelihood of gaining, achieving, getting. So then people are trying to hope that last minute Charlie will someday be punctual. So we all wish down a well for a glacier in hell. It's like when pigs fly, or when there's snow cones. I had a buddy that used to say, when they're selling snow cones in hell, then I'll witness that happening. So in that's one portion of it. So in Last Minute Charlie, so we all wish down a well for a glacier in hell. So you have the syncopating, a matching of the accent on the given syllables, alliterative rhyme early in the line before the end of the line. So wish down a well for a glacier in hell when you quit making everyone wait. And everyone and wait is again another alliteration. So there's and that's the song structure holds up too, because in this particular song there is chorus, there is So there's the verse, there's a chorus, and then there's actually a couple of bridges. Not one, but two. So it's, and then opening riff too. It's always really nice, so you can hear a couple of notes on a guitar and know instantly what's this song gonna be. There's you can go name, but and this is gonna be Last Minute Charlie. So in these parts I'm known as a Last Minute Charlie, a name that describes my non-punctual state. My truck needs some grease and my cows need some feeding. My field needs weeding. It's 1:15 late. So another couple puns baked into the beginning there. The 1:15 late. So it's already late, but you're even further late. And it rhymes with H. Normally, a common expression would be it's 8:15. Well, this is 1:15 late. And there's, in these parts, I'm known as. So it's kind of like a real, in an homage to the rednecky way of phrasing things. I have being from Detroit, people say I have an accent, which I don't know if that's really the case. People used to tell me, you don't say hockey, you say hanky. And it is kind of funny. I've lived in Florida for 30 plus years now. And I do detect, I can hear a Detroit accent. I really can. I can speak one without even trying. And so that still exists. But the funny part of it is that I would have a joke. So here you get a Detroiter going to Nashville to write country music. And realistically, any song can become a country song if you sing it with a drawl, y'all. And so, a case in point, I like to say, was back when Carrie Underwood did a live special for NBC of The Sound of Music. Love The Sound of Music, okay? So Julie Andrews, of course, the original iconic role of Maria, had a bit of a British accent, Mary Poppins. So we all needed a spoonful of honey to kind of maybe hear how Carrie Underwood was going to do it. So we brought a little bit of a southern charm to the role of Maria. And so how do you solve a problem with a Southern Belle, Oklahoma Philly being Maria from The Sound of Music? And I would make the case that they really should have had Mr. Von Trapp be Trace Adkins. And so at one time, this never caught on, I actually never released it, but I did a kind of a parody of the audition song that Trace Adkins submitted to become Mr. Von Trapp in the remake of The Sound of Music, where Carrie Underwood was going to be Maria. And so here's what Trace Adkins' audition sounded like. And again, this is part of the point to make. Every song becomes a country song if you sing it with a drawl. Trace Adkins in the role of Mr. Von Trapp. Edelweiss,
Every morning you greet me, soft and white, clean and bright. Bless my homeland forever. Blossom of snow, may you bloom and grow forever. Edelweiss, Edelweiss, bless my homeland forever. Here, that don't get it, nothing will. Arcs over tiddlywinks. Kicks. Silly. You need to use an arc to rock. Yeah. See you next time on the Jim Chaps Vidcast. God bless America.